Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Rocky Mountain Gardens. And I'm here today to share with you my latest adventure. I had the wonderful opportunity for the first part of March to go on a trip to Ireland. And so today I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the beauty that I saw there, particularly the Blarney Castle gardens. Really magnificent sort of medieval area of Ireland. And you know, I was flying home. I just got home on this past Tuesday, just before this huge blizzard struck our area here in Colorado. So I was able to fly into Denver Tuesday night and drive home. I got home about 11 o'clock at night and just missed the beginning of the blizzard Wednesday morning. So that was such a blessing. But anyway, I really recommend that you try visiting Ireland sometime if you have that opportunity. It was simply a lovely country. The people are so friendly and the food was fantastic. The pub food, amazing. And all the beauty of that island, it's just tremendous. So here we go. We're going to take a look at some gardens. Before we venture on to Ireland, I thought I'd give you a sneak peek of the tremendous amount of snow that we got in the blizzard here in Colorado. This is my backyard right now. And the second picture is the view from my backyard this morning with blue skies, and you can see Pikes Peak covered with snow. This lovely bed of flowers, they're primarily hyacinths and primroses, is planted right at the entrance to the gardens at Blarney Castle. And as we were walking along the path, I saw this lovely gardenia. Isn't it gorgeous? Huge and such a bright red color. And then we're going to go here. As I walked along a path, I found this large collection of gardenias, and Blarney is apparently known for its gardenia collection, many different colors and so on. And there's Blarney Castle itself, which was built in 1446. It is a very medieval castle, really beautiful. Love to look at it, and you can imagine life there in the 1400s. But the gardenias were the flowers that were blooming, I would say, the most. Since we were in Ireland so early in March, most of the large flower beds were not planted and blooming yet. However, at Blarney Castle, they have a collection of poisonous plants in the poison garden. It's very fun to go and see, and everything is labeled in the poison garden, such as this mandrake that you see in the cage here. And you might remember mandrakes being used in secret potions in the Harry Potter stories. Moving on, we will see this lovely western red cedar. It is just a magnificent tree. It is only 100 years old, and this unusual shape is just natural. It was not trained to grow this way. It is really an amazing specimen. Next, we're going to go to a meadow area in the gardens, and you'll be able to see here in this little video all of the many daffodils that are blooming at this time of year. And as a gardener, you know that daffodils are often the first plants to flower and bloom in the springtime. And you can see there's just a large naturalization of daffodils in this area of the garden. And also, you might want to take a look at all of the moss. Wow. The moss just grows on everything. It is amazing. so prolific everywhere, of course, because Ireland is so humid and it rains almost every single day. Next, I walked along until I got to the Blarney House Arboretum, which sadly was closed while I was there. It doesn't open until June, but it has a lovely collection of trees from around the world. And then I saw this really gorgeous tree filled with white blooms. And here you can see a close-up of those blooms. And I believe, after doing some research, that that tree is a star magnolia, but I'm not positive, and if any of you out there know for sure, I would love to have you make a comment below and let me know. This next area at Blarney is called the Fern Garden, and you can see lots of ivy growing on the cliff there. And these very tall looking ferns are originally from Tasmania. They are called Dicksonia antarctica ferns. Aren't they incredible? Oh my goodness. My next stop in the garden was an area called the Rock Close. But along the way, I saw this incredible contorted tree that just caught my fancy. And I don't know the species, it was not labeled, sadly, but it was very fun to take a photograph of that tree. The Rock Close is said to be a mystical place at Blarney, and it is thought that it was the site of an ancient settlement of Druids. Everything there is covered over with a canopy of trees, and everything also is covered in moss. Take a look at this rock. It has moss almost completely covering it, as well as some little tiny plants. And then have a look at this incredible close-up of the moss growing on this tree branch. Isn't it lovely? And it's so magical, and it really makes you able to imagine the wee folk, as the Irish call them, living in this area. Now, additionally, it is also a little bit scary because of the witch's stone, which you can see right here. Look at her face right there. It's a profile. You can see her eye, her large nose, mouth, and a little crooked chin right there. Just an amazing shape on this stone, and it is supposed to be very magical. Nearby is the witch's kitchen, and legend says that the Blarney witch is entrapped and bound on a stone within the kitchen, and she is freed at night to roam. And there's many mystical and magical details about her story that are all connected with Blarney Castle. But can you see this gnarled tree that has grown around the rocks and then excavated down and encased in stone is this kitchen area? Isn't that an incredible structure around this very old gnarled tree? Just amazing. For those of you who love fairy gardens, I wanted to tack on this little bit about the fairy wishing grove, which you can find at Blarney Castle, another 14th century castle in Ireland. It's kind of near Limerick, the town of Limerick, and I thought this just had a couple of really cute ideas for those of you who are doing fairy gardens in your backyards. You might enjoy, for example, look at how they tied ribbons on these tree branches at the entry to the garden. I just thought that was something very inexpensive, colorful, and cute that children would love. And then I'm going to show you in this last segment a little film clip of a very creative way to add interest to your fairy garden area of your backyard. Look at how they use this branch on the tree as a platform for a little fairy church. Isn't that darling? I really hope you enjoyed this quick look at Irish gardens, and of course wishing you a very fun and happy St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up in just a couple of days. And I hope you'll come back again and take another look at my channel. I have lots of new videos coming up for the spring, and I hope to see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.